Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about timeline shifting. Manifestation is instant. We already know that. Whatever you are declaring right now, right at this moment, is the timeline that you're in. It's happening. You may not see it in your 3D reality right away, but you're in that timeline. So let's say you want to be successful in your business. Remind yourself or feel it, affirm it if you have to, that I am successful. So the moment you say that, like, okay, right now I'm saying I am successful, well, I am successful. And things are going to shift so that I will see that in my reality, as I've spoken about many, many times before. However, if I sit here and I focus on the fact that, okay, I'm not having clients coming in. Okay, my bank account, is not showing this success that I want. Excuse my washing machine in the background. Okay, but sorry about that. Where was I? So, yeah, whatever you declare right this moment is the timeline that you're in. But when you start wavering or focusing on the 3D, on what you're seeing, like your bank account is empty, even though you keep affirming that you have money flowing to you easily and effortlessly, then you're shifting in that moment to that timeline where your bank account is showing that you don't have the money. Now, I know it might not make sense to some people. You might say to yourself, okay, well, I'm looking in my bank account. I mean, I have to look in my bank account. If I'm declaring I'm rich, I should see it, right? Okay, not necessarily always right away. And it could be many factors. It could be that maybe your subconscious really doesn't believe that you have that money. And so you are declaring in your subconscious that I am not rich, like you want to see in your 3D reality. I hope I'm making sense. But if you were to be able to stay in that, okay, so I'm successful, I'm successful, I'm successful, I'm successful, I'm successful. And you just keep saying that over and over and over and over and over, feeling it until you believe it, and visualize yourself being on this yacht and traveling the world, and just being in that moment, because it is just now. Stay in it, stay in it, stay in it. Don't shift. Stop yourself. Stay in it. You are going to start seeing things unfolding. I promise you. A lot of people say to me, okay, well, I've been affirming or visualizing or, manifesting for a long, long time, months, years, however the amount is that they claim. But it doesn't mean that it's not working. It means that you may need to work on your self-concept. I'm very high on self-concept, because it is really what it all comes down to, is what you believe you are or feel that you are. So if you work on a self-concept of, no, I am successful, I am wealthy, I am deserving, I am loved, whatever it is that you want to feel, then by working on that, you're going to start seeing it reflecting in your 3D reality in things that you actually desire. Your higher self knows what you want. You might not know what you want, So just choose the timeline that you want to be in and stay in it. Stay in it. Like, is it Robert Millikan? I did a video on him. So he had stayed in a room. He had no distractions. He didn't even eat or drink, which, okay, I personally couldn't do that. But for 16 hours, he was just saying this affirmation over and over and over, that pertained to him being successful. And then eventually he did shift into that, because he stayed in it. In that moment, he stayed in it, and he ended up becoming very wealthy, and he was able to help his loved ones. So that's the thing, like, we have so many thousands of thoughts a day. So if you're saying right now, I'm successful, and then 5 minutes later you're like, oh man, I wish I could order out food, but I don't have the money, or damn it, this new bill came in, or you're looking around and you're actually seeing, the poverty that you might be living in. And I don't mean seeing with your eyes. Of course we see with our eyes, but I mean like absorbing it, like focusing on it, maybe feeling that uncomfortable feeling about it, being unhappy. But when you're in gratitude, you are kind of blocking out the negativity that you're seeing, because you're remaining in that gratitude. That's why, like Neville, when he used to affirm, "Isn't it wonderful?" It made it easier because he wasn't focusing on one specific thing. It was just, "Isn't it wonderful?" And then, whatever feeling that evoked, um, he knew what in his life would be wonderful to see, and so it eventually was manifesting. He also used the "I am," just "I am, I am." That's it. He didn't say anything after that because it made it easier than just declaring, "I am successful, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm this and that, I'm happy," and just "I am." So if you sit there and just say, "I am," it's all me. I am everything that I want to be, then it might bring out this feeling of, okay, being in that successful, happy, healthy timeline that you really want to be in. But yeah, you have to stay in it. You have to stay in it because you are shifting like every second, I'm in a different timeline now and now and now and now and now. So if I'm saying right now, I'm poor, and then 5 minutes later I'm rich, and then I'm poor and it's like I'm just shifting back and forth, back and forth. I'm not maintaining, it's like I'm on this bumpy road. I want to be on this smooth plane so that eventually I'm going to gain that momentum and I'm going to be and stay on that road, and then it's going to feel natural, because right now saying something like, if I say to myself, "I'm a millionaire," it feels unnatural to me. So I don't focus on that. I mean, it's nice, but I focus on what I want to see in my life, like having I don't know, is it a big house that I want? Is it being able to travel to any country? Is it being able to help my loved ones, or donate money, or, whatever it is. And then if it takes winning the lottery or somebody giving me $1 million for that to happen, then it's going to happen if I stay in that moment. So I hope that makes sense. So stay in that timeline. Stop shifting. Stay in it. Stop yourself if you have to. Sometimes when I have these intrusive thoughts, I say to myself, "No, stop it. Stop it. I have everything that I desire. My life is perfect. I love my life." And I just keep saying it over and over and over until it feels really good. And then I start seeing things in my reality unfolding, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool, And then you have to stay in it, You don't want to tell your friends, like you might feel like, "Oh yeah, I'm in it. I feel amazing." And then 5 hours later, because you might feel like, "Okay, I did enough. I've been saying this or feeling it for 5 hours." And then 5 hours later, you go out with a friend and then you start, complaining about your bills. No, because now you just jumped into that timeline. You jumped into the timeline where you have too many bills. Now, what happened to all that work that you did? So don't waste it. Make life fun. Make it a game, See how long you can stay in that reality. Also, you can just say thank you. A simple thank you. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Even if you get a bill, thank you. And you know why? It doesn't mean, excuse the truck outside. It doesn't mean thank you that, I have to take more money out of my pocket. You are saying thank you for the fact that, let's say if it's an electricity bill. Thank you that I actually have electricity, or thank you for the groceries. You might, instead of complaining that, "Man, I spend so much on groceries," which I'm guilty of doing, especially today's day and age. Oh my God, food prices are so high. But you can say to yourself, thank you for the fact that I have groceries, that I have the money to buy groceries and have food in my belly. I remember when I was moving from my last apartment to this one. Before I found this apartment, I was searching because I had 3 months to move because the owner had sold the building. And I had a very low rent because I had subletted the place. And I thought, oh man, all the prices are so high. How the heck am I going to afford, a place right now with, with the prices and how everything is going up? So instead of focusing on, okay, I need to find a cheap apartment, I just kept saying to myself, it doesn't matter. I could afford where I'm going to live. I could afford it, and I'm going to have extra money left over. So when I found this place, the rent was double, but heating was included. So I did not have to pay heat, and I started making extra money. I was making like $1,000 extra a month. So it was like, okay, yeah, that was my manifestation. You know, I would, instead of trying to control the outcome, like my 3D, and say, okay, I need to find a cheap apartment, because then I'm stuck in that little circle of, okay, well, there's no other miracles that can happen, because I'm just fixated on finding an apartment that is a lot cheaper. But no, I could afford it. That's all I kept declaring. And so I was able to find a place that I could afford because I made more money and heating was included. You see what I'm saying? So just stay in it. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It might happen in a way that you totally didn't think about. You know, like a lot of us might think that, okay, I have to buy a lottery ticket to become a multimillionaire. But no, not really. You know, I mean, you could end up entering a contest, let's say, and you forgot about it, and a year goes by, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're the grand winner of $2 million, you know, because you entered this contest. It could come in so many ways, you know. I mean, it could even come, this might be bad, but it could come like, let's say you had an accident, but, you know, you weren't severely hurt, but you were hurt enough that you can get a settlement. You know, like there's so many ways out there that things can come to you. Don't try and control that 3D and how it's going to happen. If you just relax, like a lot of us say, just let it go. You know, let it go, meaning let it just happen. Just keep staying in the timeline, and it will unfold as it should. And then you're going to see that outcome that you want, that you're declaring right now. I hope this video resonated with some of you. I hope it wasn't too confusing. Anyway, don't forget to hit the little bell down below if you want to see when I put up new videos, and like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and put a little comment down below, even just to say, hey, how you doing? I love you all. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the next video.